Yeah, hi friends, Doc South here, and well, Halloween's coming. Won't be much longer now. And I still get a twinge when it's as we approach Halloween. Number one, fall is kind of my favorite season of the year. I like them all, uh, but fall especially. And the one thing, again, well, myself and my kid brother Ed used to love was when Halloween came around. Oh, yeah. Oh boy, we'd plot our route for getting candy. I mean, this was our big chance to uh, to rot our teeth. I shouldn't smile and tell you, look at all these buggers that are. A lot of this is Autorex. When I was younger, some of the teeth that got damaged have fallen out, I think, but over the years, and but still, yeah, I'm sure candy had a lot to do with it, and Halloween was one major source of uh, candy overdoses in our household, anyway. Uh huh. And it's true what they say about sugar. We have to go to Candy Anonymous, the two of us, brother Ed and I. And but still, I remember when we were younger. Oh boy, Halloween! We'd plot our route. We'd check. We'd have like little maps of the town laid out, kid maps. Not grown-up maps. And we'd know. We'd mark what houses were the best to hit a few times, if at all possible. And out we'd go. And I remember one year, my father, when we were in the mid '50s, he had invested in a soda distributorship. Right. He had a he distributed soda for let's see, Cott Beverages, very good soda, Cott. I don't even know if they make it anymore, but Cott Soda, C-O-T-T. Yoo-Hoo, Dad's Root Beer, Nedick's Orange, yeah, Nedick's Orange Drink. In fact, that year, you know what he did? He gave away bottles of soda, little 7-ounce bottles of soda to the kids. Yeah, any trick-or-treaters that came through. My brother and I, we had plenty of soda. Oh my gosh. We drank more soda than milk, I guess. I'm sorry, chocolate milk. And we did not want for sugar back in those days. And the but still, back to Halloween, we'd have this pretty much this great route planned, and we usually kind of kept the costumes to a minimum. Didn't want to go running around in a clown suit or something if we could help it. And sometimes Mom put her foot down, and we'd have to get all, costumed up. We were really happy with just, a good pair of running shoes and dungarees, and I don't know, maybe a hooded sweatshirt, and out we went. But no, it and or better yet, a way to change costumes so that we could, if we got a good house, we could come back a few times, and each time in a different disguise, clever disguise, right, to get more candy. At the right house, someone's giving away Milky Way bars. My gosh, those darn things were a nickel a piece. That's big money to a kid back in the '50s. And we had everything pretty well planned out. Only thing, there was a fly in the ointment one year. I think it might have been about 1955 or so. My father's, the company he distributed for, I forget if it was Nedick's, Yoo-Hoo, or Cott, they created a Halloween costume for kids. Yeah. It was, the stuff, the stuff that a typical shopping bag is made out of nowadays, that real thin plastic. Okay. That's what these costumes were made of. Real thin black plastic, and you pretty much put one piece on over your neck. It was like a big long t-shirt, and down the front it looked like a skeleton. The main color on the costume was black with a white skeleton, and then you wore like a hat, kind of like a hood, sort of like a bag actually, over your head with little eye holes that didn't match your eyes. Yeah. and that would be, and that looked like a skull. Yeah. And it was awful. I mean, you're walking around, you bang into a telephone pole, ask for trick or treat, no, it's a telephone pole, Ed. And my brother would be hollering, oh, okay. And yeah, and people wanted you wearing the darn costumes. And I remember, I think we went to a few houses and people said, kids, those are awful costumes. You guys all right? It was kind of hard to breathe in the darn thing. We walked past some sticker bushes. Now they're getting torn. It was awful. And it was cold. But, it was worth it to go get that candy. So we did what we could. And it was hard, we kind of stuck out like sore thumbs, so we couldn't make like 3 or 4 costume changes and get to the, really double up, triple up, quadruple up on the good houses. It was kind of tough. And and like I said, I think for hauling the candy, it was like a shopping bag. It was like a precursor to the shopping bags of nowadays. And my brother was kind of short. He's younger than I was at that time, or still is. And he was I think Ed was about 5. And me, I don't know, I was in the neighborhood of about, I guess I was 9, 10 years old, like I said earlier. But poor Ed, we lived on like gravel. The whole development we lived in was like gravel streets. And Ed's dragging his bag. Yeah. Well, he's too short. But he was short. And, long story short, we get back to the house after what I thought was a pretty good night of candy gathering. And there's this big hole in the bottom of Ed's bag and a trail of candy that stretches almost a quarter mile. Well, starts crying. And I don't blame him. I'd be crying too. And, of course... Mom looks at me and says, how much candy did you get? Well, I did okay, Mom. Says, well, what we're going to do, we're going to put it all in a bowl, and it's for both of you. Number one, your teeth are going to rot if you eat it all by yourself. Yeah, but I got the candy. I figured, boy, Mom's messing with me here. No, she says you and your brother are going to share. And you can't go out now. It's almost 8:30. You've got to go to school tomorrow. Oh, geez. Can't we stay out till at least 10:30 or something? No. She says, most people are going to bed already. Look at them. Yeah, okay. So I had to share the candy. Yeah. But then there was one other thing on that was kind of cool, was Walt Disney. Yeah, the wonderful, it was the Disney show. I think it was on, I think Halloween that year fell on a Wednesday night. Disney was on some 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that. And 7:30 probably. Which, by the way, was good time for us to be back in because the teenagers started coming out and they'd mess with you. Yeah. So, steal your candy and stuff or, call you rotten names like Junior or Shrimp out there on the mean streets of Halloween, Halloween night. So we're watching Disney, and what they had was Walt Disney came on and said, now, here's a Halloween treat for all of you kids. This was from our, it was Fantasia, a cartoon, full feature, I think a feature-length cartoon, all different kinds of cartoons and animated art. It was, if you ever get a chance, it's well worth. I'm sure you can look it up and see it. It's fantastic. But one of the great things on it was an episode, a cartoon working from a concert or a piece, a classical piece done by a fellow named Mazursky, I think it was. And it was called A Night on Bald Mountain, where this little village in Europe with a big old mountain up alongside of it, at the far end of town. Well, on Halloween night, the mountain turns into a demon. And it starts, all these other little demons. There's this one giant demon that was the mountain, and all these little demons coming out of the graveyards, and oh, it gives you chills just thinking about it. It's the stuff nightmares are made out of, and Disney did a fantastic job on the his crew did a fantastic job on the cartoon, and we're watching that, with our eyes like, oh, devil, and he's hollering, devil, 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 and I said, yeah, and again, there's all this stuff going on, flames flying all over the place, and lightning bolts, and these creepy little ghosts all over the place. It was fantastic. You see it if you might not want to let your little kids see it, but it's pretty wild. And of course, then we had nightmares the rest of the night. But we're watching that thing. Oh my God! And I think there was a year later. We lived out, by that time, my parents moved out into the country, town of Chester, New Jersey. And we were trick-or-treating again, only this time in a more rural setting, as opposed to Island. And I remember we were walking home from, we got rid of the shopping bag motif, and we were working with pillowcases for our candy. And we had full pillowcases. We were coming home. We were a little older then, so we could stay out till 8. And we're walking back towards home, stopping, seeing if we can get some more candy. Some of the other homes that were maybe so busy they wouldn't notice that we were coming back for thirds. But I look up in the sky, and I said, God, Ed, look at the moon. The moon was full that year, and for Halloween. And we're looking up, and it's a big old full moon, autumn moon, nice size to it, and there's clouds coming. And I don't know how this could work. Maybe there was a vortex or something going, or a circulation amongst the clouds. But say my nose is the cloud, is the moon. Okay. All of a sudden, there's these cloud-shaped hands like this. It had to be. They must have been in a circular pattern, but they looked like hands with big, long, creepy fingers were coming for the moon and closing it off. And I don't know, you had to be there, but it looked pretty darn creepy. Next I know, my brother and I are running for our lives, trying to get home. We kept hollering, Bald Mountain, Bald Mountain, and oh my God. I think Eddie dropped his bag of his pillowcase full of candy. He figured he wanted to live more than he wanted to, get eat candy all day. The next day, I think we're running. I think it's about the only time I ever abandoned my brother. It was a case of forget this brother stuff. Every man for himself. And we're running for our lives. I get to the house. Mom says, "Where's your brother?" I said, "He's right behind me. He knows the way." "Mom, there's devils in the sky." She says, "Oh my God." She says, "You kids aren't watching that Night on Bald. It's on tonight. You're not watching. Neither one of you." "Hey, Ma, no." And Eddie comes running in. He's screaming. And and Mom says, "Where's your bag of candy? Where's your pillowcase?" "Yeah, I dropped it." Yeah. And of course, we had to go back and find it with flashlights and stuff. Luckily, it was just in the bushes, not too far away from the yard. And of course, we didn't look up at that moon and the hands, the trembling hands going up, covering it. Oh my God! Yeah, whew, tell you. But I think back. Halloween was pretty darn cool. I don't know if kids do all this stuff anymore. I would hope they have some adventure. Again, I don't know. Maybe everything's a little too crowded and crazy anymore, but doggone. Yeah, at Halloween, that's the bomb. I think right next to, favorite holiday, Christmas, right behind it, Halloween. Huh? You too? I know. It's great. And all that candy. Oh, God, love it. Doc, is that good. And all little tiny pieces, too. I mean, you can fill your pocket. Keep sneaking them. Yes, sir. My. I like those little tiny chocolate, the miniature candy bars that I think Hershey makes. Hershey Kisses aren't bad. Anything made like a chuckle, yeah, or a Juji fruit. Uh, Again, just who could ask for more? Anyway, I thought I'd say, we'll see you later, friends. Thank you, and well, pretty soon, happy Halloween.